If you are over 60 and you have started to feel tired more often than you used to, even on days when you have slept well, eaten normally, and have not done anything particularly exhausting, then what you are experiencing may not simply be a natural part of getting older. Because in many cases, this kind of persistent low energy is your body quietly signaling that something essential is missing. What makes this especially important is that this type of fatigue often develops slowly, almost so gradually that you do not notice it at first, and by the time it becomes obvious, many people have already adjusted their lifestyle around feeling tired without ever asking why it started in the first place. And that is where the real problem begins, because when low energy becomes something you accept instead of something you question, you may overlook the very thing your body has been trying to tell you all along. So, the real question is not just why you feel tired, but what your body may be lacking, and why this becomes more common after 60, even in people who believe they are doing everything right. As the years go by, your body begins to change in ways that are not always visible from the outside. And one of the most important of these changes is how efficiently your body processes and absorbs the nutrients it depends on for energy. Even if your eating habits have remained the same, your body may not be extracting the same level of nourishment from your food as it once did, which means that over time, small deficiencies can begin to develop without any obvious warning signs. At first, these changes may feel insignificant. Perhaps you notice that you need to rest more often during the day, or that activities that once felt easy now require a little more effort. But because these changes happen gradually, they are often dismissed as just another part of aging. The reality, however, is that your body is adapting to having less of what it needs, and it does this by conserving energy wherever it can, which is why you may start to feel slower, less motivated, or less physically capable than before. And this is exactly where most people misunderstand what is happening. Energy in the body is not just about how much you eat or how much you rest. It is about how effectively your body can convert what you consume into usable fuel. And this process depends heavily on certain key nutrients that support your metabolism and your nervous system. When these nutrients are present in the right amounts, your body is able to produce energy efficiently, maintain strength, and support mental clarity throughout the day. But when they begin to drop, even slightly, the entire system starts to slow down. This is why low energy is often not an isolated issue, but part of a larger pattern that includes physical fatigue, mental fog, reduced endurance, and a general feeling that your body is not keeping up the way it used to. What makes this more complicated is that these symptoms are often subtle at first, and because they do not appear all at once, they are easy to ignore or misinterpret. Beyond just feeling tired, there are other signs that your body may not be getting what it needs, although they may not seem connected at first. You might notice that your muscles feel weaker, even without significant activity, or that your balance is slightly off in situations where it used to feel stable. You may find that your concentration is not as sharp, or that you lose focus more easily during conversations or tasks that require attention. Some people also experience a lack of motivation, not because they do not want to be active, but because their body simply does not have the energy to support the effort. These signals are often overlooked because they develop slowly and can be attributed to many different causes. But together, they form a pattern that is difficult to ignore once you begin to recognize it. But here is something that surprises many people when they finally understand it. When energy levels drop, the natural response for many people is to rest more, reduce activity, and avoid exertion in an attempt to conserve what little energy they feel they have left. While rest is important, relying on it alone does not address the underlying issue, because if your body is lacking the nutrients it needs to produce energy, no amount of rest will fully restore what is missing. In fact, too much inactivity can make the situation worse because your body becomes less efficient at using energy when it is not regularly engaged in movement. This creates a cycle where low energy leads to less activity, and less activity leads to even lower energy, making it increasingly difficult to break out of the pattern. The key to improving energy levels is not to push your body harder, but to support it more effectively by giving it the resources it needs to function properly. This means paying attention to your overall nutrition, ensuring that your body has access to the nutrients that support energy production, and maintaining a level of activity that encourages circulation and metabolic efficiency. Even small, consistent habits can make a meaningful difference over time, especially when they are aligned with what your body actually needs rather than what you assume it needs. The goal is not perfection, but consistency, because your body responds best to regular support rather than occasional effort. At the same time, it is important to recognize when low energy may be signaling something more serious. If your fatigue is persistent, worsening, or interfering with your ability to carry out daily activities, it is important to seek proper medical guidance to rule out underlying conditions. Because while many cases of low energy are related to nutrient imbalances or lifestyle factors, your body can also use fatigue as a way of indicating deeper issues that require attention. If you have been feeling more tired than usual, do not simply accept it as part of aging, because your body often sends quiet signals long before more serious problems appear. Understanding what those signals mean gives you the opportunity to respond early, support your body properly, and maintain the energy you need to continue living your life fully. If this helped you better understand what your body might be missing, make sure you subscribe, because the next video may reveal another hidden signal that could change the way you look at your health.